Welcome to the show, everybody. Man, I'm excited to have everybody here tonight. We've got a lot to talk about, and just welcome to the show. Hey guys, hey, thanks Keith for letting me know you can hear me. Felix, good to see you here. Man, I'm excited tonight. President Trump wins the 2024 presidential election. Man, I am just so happy myself. I don't know how everybody else feels, but I'm happy, and we're going to have a great show tonight. We're going to play some clips of some very interesting people on both sides. So I can't wait to get into that. If you're whether you're watching this live or you're watching this later, as you guys may be able to see, I have a subscription goal right now. From now to the end of the month, I'd like to get 25 new subscribers to my channel. So if you're coming in and if you're okay, I had some feedback. I have corrected that. Sorry. But anyway, subscription goal, 25 new people by the end of the channel. I ask that you would like the video. Feel free to comment, share. If you join me live, please feel free to go, enter the chat and subscribe to the channel. I'd sure appreciate it and help grow this channel. Thank you very much. So again, what we're talking about tonight is President Donald Trump won the 2024 election. And I am, I think that most people that watch my channel are happy about that. I hope that you guys are too. But we're going to get into some of the meltdown that the liberal media has been having. Oh, Felix, thank you very much for that super chat. Appreciate it. But let's start with our first media clip that I've got.
Okay, so since Trump won the election, we're cooked. Yup. I'm gonna be leaving the U.S. and I'm gonna be moving to Hawaii. So we'll see how it goes, and I'll update you guys.
So this guy thinks that Hawaii is not part of the United States. I find that pretty funny, and I don't know what where he thinks Hawaii's at, but I got news for him. It's part of the United States. Let's go to our next clip. This is pretty funny one that somebody's kind of created a parody out of.
If you've lost faith in humanity, clap your hands. If you've lost faith in if you've lost faith in humanity, clap your hands.
You've got to love these people. I'm telling you, you do. It's amazing. And just really blows my mind that these people are literally losing their minds right now. And I don't know what to say about it. It just, it blows my mind. I don't understand what they think has changed. They're sitting there talking about the fact of that they've lost rights or they've done this. Nobody's lost either rights. Nobody's lost anything. And I don't know why they think they have. That really kind of blows my mind to the whole thing. Let's see if that fixes things a little bit. I'm going to check right now. I've been having some technical difficulties recently with the internet here. Uh, but let me check. Okay, so now our internet's back, speed's back. I shouldn't have any more problems or any more lagging. I don't know if you guys were seeing it, but I've been seeing it on my end. But I'm talking about both sides of the aisle is saying some different things. Hey, Michelle, good to have you on here. Good to see you. But I just want to go to talking about the fact that I've heard a lot of people talking about, oh no, they don't have rights, and especially some of the women that I've been talking to. And I just want to ask, what rights is it that they think they don't have anymore? You can still be employed. You can still own a business. You can still go vote. You still have every right that you had 2 days ago. And, oh yeah, the abortion issue. Okay, Trump's not going to do a national ban on abortion. I don't know why that keeps coming up and what's going on. He left it up to the states. That's what happened in his first term. It went back in the hands of the states where it should have always been. If you live in a state that limits your right to murder babies, then go move to a blue state that lets you kill them for whatever age they are. You can still go to any state that allows abortions and go do it. So you've not lost any rights whatsoever. If you think you have, then quit watching CNN, MSNBC, and use your own mind and do some research and look it up. But let me play another clip. There's been some great parodies too, which has been really hilarious.
It's transparent. And it can be trusted, whether you win or you lose. The president and vice president are proud to be leaving behind the strongest economy in the world. And the president and the vice president are proud to have changed America for the better. That's going to be their focus in the upcoming remaining days. You heard the president say that we have 74 days left of his administration, and they are going to make every day count on behalf of the American people, regardless of who voted for them.
So I want to ask you guys something. Listening to the press secretary say there, the strongest economy ever. Does anybody that's on this video tonight or anybody watch this later, do you feel like it's the strongest economy ever? Because I'm going to tell you what, my spending dollar says it's not. And I'm sorry. It's just, every time now, 3.5 years ago, groceries were cheaper, gas was cheaper, everything was cheaper. Inflation's through the roof, and the everyday people that I talk to every day, it's affecting every one of them. Maybe it's not affecting the billionaires and the Hollywood celebrities and the politicians who seem to be getting rich off our backs, but I know it's affecting every one of us. Let's play another clip.
Make America great again. I don't even think you fucking assholes realize what you did. Now because you elected Trump in office, I gotta go and spend fucking less for gas, less at groceries, have a savings account that my kids can actually be proud of. We could actually do something with it. I don't know, maybe like a vacation to Florida or something. Who knows? Now I gotta get used to a strong economy, secure borders, no new wars. What kind of shit is that? Make America great again.
So some of the parodies that are coming out is just hilarious too. And I don't know, it's... I forgot I was going to post this up and I didn't get it, but let me share something with you that made me a very happy person. A lot of you guys know that I am very big into alternative therapies, psychedelics for mental health, and really do care about people's health. And one of the things I'll put in there, I'm glad y'all are enjoying the show. It's really funny. But this is something that Robert Kennedy, and I'm going to read it to you, that Robert Kennedy posted, I think it was yesterday. And I so admire this man. But here's what he said. FDA's war on public health is about to end. This includes its aggressive suppression of psychedelics, peptides, stem cells, raw milk, hyperbaric therapies, chelating compounds, ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, vitamins, clean foods, sunshine, exercise, nutraceuticals, and anything else that advances human health and can't be patented by pharma. If you work for the FDA and are part of this corrupt system, I have two messages for you. One, preserve your records. Two, pack your bags. That made me so happy when I heard that. And that's why it's also time for me to give a shout out. Again, we have no sponsors on this channel, but there's just things I believe in. Embody Healthcare. If you live in Knoxville and you need a great physician, somebody that will listen to you, medical professionals that will be there for you and will take the time to get to know you, Embody Healthcare. Mike and Melissa Major are just awesome, awesome, awesome medical professionals. Over half of our employees go to them. As a matter of fact, I know that one of our employees went to see them today and came back just couldn't rave enough about Dr. Major and his wife Melissa, and my whole family goes to them, and we just love them. The first time that I met Melissa, she's a nurse practitioner there. She spent over an hour and a half talking to me about my concerns. When is the last time you've ever went to your primary care and they spend an hour and a half talking to you about your concerns? They really care. And the fact of that they do ketamine infusion therapy for people who have PTSD, depression, and things. It's made a difference in my life. So big shout to Embody Healthcare. You can find them at embodyhealthcare.com. You can see that up in the upper left of my screen. Yes, Dr. Michael Major. And you can find him, Felix, at embodyhealthcare.com. The other thing to give a shout out to is our repair shop, Knox Horizon Complete Auto Care. We're your one-stop auto shop where we do every kind of automotive repair and maintenance that there is. We work on all models and makes. Matter of fact, we just got through doing timing in an Audi for the majors. So we work on their cars too. And it's amazing. I want to thank and appreciate and just tell you how much I appreciate all of our little customers. Again, the other thing I would say real quick to everybody too, if you're new to the channel or you're just now seeing this video for the first time, I ask you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. But now we'll move on to our next little clip that I've got for you, because I also got a lot of people who feel like the election went a good way, and they put it better than I could.
Kamala Harris did not lose this election because she's a woman. She lost this election because there were American families sitting there telling her how they couldn't afford to put food in their fridge, and her solution was to bring out Meg Thee Stallion to twerk on stage alongside just about every single one of P. Diddy's friends to endorse her. She lost this election because there were Americans who lost everything in an absolutely horrific hurricane, and she sat there telling them that $750 should be enough for them if they even qualify, while simultaneously funding illegals staying in 5-star hotels in New York City, receiving 3 meals a day provided to them by taxpayer dollars. She lost this election because she sat there talking about how anti-racism she was, while simultaneously blaming straight white men for just about every single problem this country has.
Amen.
Isn't it funny that if you demonize a group of people long enough for merely existing, they might not want to vote for you? American politics has changed forever. You will no longer be able to sit there and bully Americans into voting for you. It won't work. Unfortunately, our politicians on both sides seem to forget that they are actually public servants. They answer to the public, not the other way around. And they need to get behind that. They need to understand that, and they need to change and reform their policies to fit what the public is saying, or they will get left in the dust, as Kamala learned the hard way yesterday.
I thought that was so true. Everything she said there is 100% true. The Democrats did this to themselves. They're not the party of RFK Jr.'s dad and his uncle. They have far left from that, and they've really shown over the past 3.5 years who they really are. They've shown us that by the fact of they're supporting mutilating children, cutting genitals off, giving kids puberty blockers, letting men go into women's restrooms. And I'm going to tell you now, if I catch you as a biological man and you follow my wife or daughter in the restroom, I'll take the ride to jail for what I'm going to do to you, and you can take that any way you want. People say, you're threatening them. Yeah, you're damn right I am. And that's just how it is, because we're tired of this crap. We're tired of y'all shoving your agenda down our throat, and I think you saw that in the election Tuesday night. But again, I guess a couple more great clips here for you, and this is the people that get it.
I've had to make this video like 4 times. Do you guys know how fucking stupid you look getting on TikTok crying? Kamala lost? If Trump would have lost the election, you would not see one fucking Trump supporter on the internet crying. You would see us getting our fucking clothes on and going to work, because that's what we would have had to fucking do. Take care of your asses just so you could have an abortion. Grow the fuck up. Nobody's taking your fucking rights away. And trust me. Jesus. If you want an abortion that fucking badly, then get in your fucking car and go to a different state and get one. The good news is that with Trump being your president now, you could probably afford to do it. Oh,
For some of you that get offended, sorry for some of the language that these people are using, but I've used it too. It's just, we're fed up. We're fed up with the status quo. And, she said the same thing I did. If your state don't offer the abortion for the time you want, you can go to a state that does. And that's your right, whether I agree with it or not. Guys, I hope you're finding these really funny and stuff. Again, just to let everybody know, I've got a goal by the end of this month. See the box right up there at the top. I've got a subscription goal. I'd like to get 25 new subscribers by the end of the month. So again, I'll tell everybody, if you are new to the channel, please like the video, share it, comment on it, and subscribe to the channel. I've got one more clip that I'm going to play, and I like what you said, Keith. My father used to say, if you burn your own butt, you have to sit in the blisters. Oh, amen to that. And that's what the Democrat Party's doing today.
Trump 2024! Let's go! I'm so excited as a bitch. I had to come outside and get some fresh air. We pushed that motherfucking black vote while y'all sit up there talking about something. As we can see, more than half of America is racist. Refund that bullshit. A whole bunch of black folks voted for Trump, bitch. And remember, black people can't be racist. That's what y'all say. Y'all sat up here and bashed the shit out of black men. Now y'all big mad. We don't give a damn. Come on over here, my black kings. We always accepted you over here, baby.
Is that not just awesome? I mean, she put it right. That's it. They said that black people can't be racist, so what are you going to do now? Because the entire turnout for Trump, I mean, with him winning the presidency by the margins he did, with us now taking control of the Senate, and I'm pretty sure from everything I've seen that we're going to keep control of the House. The American people overall, and Trump winning the popular vote by as much as he did, oh my gosh. The Republicans now have a mandate to fix these problems, to close the border, to deport the criminals that we've let into this country, to fix the economy. And see, I think I missed a file. Let me see.
I've had to make this video like 4 times.
That one. There's another file I've got somewhere. Did I forget to put it in here? If I did, I'm going to be mad at myself.
Make America.
See, we did that one.
Come on.
Did that one. See, this is what happens when I put this together. I put it together at the last minute, and now I've lost one of the files, but that's okay. I think I can fix that real quick. See if I can find the clip that I was wanting to, because it was, and maybe I didn't get that one ready. I'm sorry. I apologize. But I don't know if anybody saw this. It was a headline this morning. Trump said within 24 hours of taking office, he would end the Israel-Hamas war. So the headlines this morning, I don't know if anybody saw them. Hamas has already said, Trump's not even taken office yet, he's the president-elect, and Hamas has already said, we want to end the war, we're done, we want to end the war. Peace through strength. That's what we saw in his first term, and even President Putin is wanting to negotiate. He's already wanting to start talking to Trump to negotiate a way out of the Ukraine war. These people understand. The only person that's from what I can tell, and I don't know what the conversation is, that has run their mouth in any opposite way is the little dictator of China. I think that he's made some ominous threats. I'm not 100% sure what they are, but if that's really what he wants to do, it is what it is. So K-Man, let's see. Do you think that the president has that much power? I'm glad that Trump is the new president. I don't think it's so much about the power the president has, but it's not just the president by himself. Again, Trump won the White House. We now are going to have control of the Senate, and we should keep control of the House. So if we have the presidency, the Senate, and the House, and plus we have a conservative majority on the Supreme Court, even though sometimes the way they vote, I don't think it's very conservative, but that's a whole other story for another day. So again, it's not just about his power, but it's about all the branches together, everybody working together. And the fact of that these countries know, just like in Trump's first term, that he's not going to put up with anything. And he just has a way, he's been such a good businessman his whole life, he has a way of negotiating with all these people to get things done. He proved that in his first term, except the Democrats hated him so much because he wasn't a politician and because he wouldn't play by their rules and their games that they did everything they could to hamstring him at every freaking turn. Impeachment after impeachment, going after him on trumped up charges and everything else. That's funny, trumped up charges. But it's like now, I don't know if anybody's seen now that Trump's won, because if anybody thinks that all the lawsuits and everything wasn't to try to keep him from running and getting elected again, even the Department of Justice today is saying, yeah, we're probably going to drop all the charges against President Trump now that he's president-elect. Well, no, duh. You trumped him up in the first place, and the only reason you did them, again, was to try to keep him from getting elected president again. It didn't work. You know it didn't work, and now you're scared for your jobs, every one of you, and you should be. Personally, I think that every federal agency, from the FBI to the ATF to the CIA to the whole Department of Justice, needs to be revamped. I think all the top leaders need to be fired, and I think we need to find people who are actual leaders that we can put in those positions that can lead it best. And Trump, I think, is really, this time, is surrounding himself with the right people. See, in his first term as President 45, I think that that he really didn't know the people he put around him. He listened to a lot of people who steered him the wrong way. And this time, he spent the past 3.5 years getting to know people like Elon, like RFK Jr., and he spent the time to get to know them before even offering him anything. So, Keith, you're right. Trump doesn't have to run to be reelected, and he can't run again. You're right. And I told somebody today that the way I saw it is we have the chance, I think, for the next 20 years at least, as long as things don't get screwed up and the Republicans don't do things stupid, because we still have some rhinos in Congress that need to go. And for anybody that don't know what rhino means, that's Republican in name only, and they need to go. So as long as they don't get in the way and Trump fixes the economy, we close the border, we deport all the illegal criminals that's in the country, and he does those things he promised, that J.D. Vance, as long as he shows, from everything he showed, he's a strong leader, I think he has a chance to succeed Trump. And then after J.D. Vance spends 8 years in office, what do you think? DeSantis or Tulsi Gabbard? Or put them on a ticket together. Oh my gosh, I cannot think of a more powerful ticket than Vance in DeSantis, or Vance in Tulsi Gabbard, or DeSantis in Tulsi Gabbard. I mean, or Tulsi and DeSantis. I mean, people say that men don't want to vote for a woman for president. I would vote for Tulsi Gabbard, and I know a lot of men that would. We just don't want to vote for Democratic women because, well, you see what the Democrats are. They're loony. That's just what it is, and I'm sorry, it is. Yeah, Michelle, I agree. I hope the Republicans step up this time. I think the last time when we had all the control, that's when Bush was in office, And he was one of the weakest people that we've ever had as president. He may have had that R beside his name, Republican, but he was anything but, in my opinion, in the way he did things. Hey, CIA contact. You're right. He spilled on the sidewalk, so he got charges. That's just what it was. And Michelle, you're right. They've got such a great opportunity with the Senate and possibly the House. And they do seem to love to waste opportunities, but I think this time Trump will be the guy that will be pushing them. He's somebody that doesn't, he doesn't play around. He's very strong compared to some of the other Republican presidents that we've had that weren't very strong. And the one thing I will say with the Republicans, every time they get power, and if any of them hear this, please share it with our representatives, Senate, Congress, whatever. But every time that we get majority power, we feel like we have to play nice, reach across the aisle, shake hands, and just doing, we've got to give in to the Democrats. Screw that. They don't give in to us. They don't treat us nice. They don't do that. And I'm not saying hate them. I'm not saying be mean to them, but don't let them walk all over you and don't give in to them when you know it's the wrong thing to do. Here, I'll say it. Sorry, women, if you don't like this, but hey, men in Congress, grow a set. Get some testicular fortitude and do what you were sent there to do. Don't be a bunch of little soy boys. Do what you're supposed to do. Stand up and do what we hired you to do. Brush all the alphabet agencies. Keith, I kind of agree with that. We don't need them. Get rid of the Department of Education. The federal Department of Education would be a great place to start getting rid of people. So Keith says, as Gomer Pyle said, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I don't think we're going to have that problem this time. I don't think Trump's going to be fooled by a lot of these people this time. I like that. For shame, Sergeant Carter. And I hope Vance holds true also. And I really believe he will. I think that we're at an unprecedented point in our history. I truly believe that that, as Trump has said and other people have said, that God saved Trump from that bullet. And I knew when he survived that assassination attempt that he was going to get elected. That was the day that I knew that there was a purpose for him, and there was a purpose for him to get elected. And I think we had to go through the past 3.5 years of the complete garbage administration of Biden-Harris so the American people could wake up and go, oh my gosh, we've been lied to. They've done nothing for us. They've been horrible. They're letting biological men in women's restrooms. They're forcing, they're letting children who can't make decisions to do anything else. Children can't vote. Children can't decide to have a drink. Children can't consent to a whole lot of things, but they can decide to have their bodies mutilated. That's the biggest bunch of BS that there is. And the Democrats have no sense whatsoever. That party is lost in a lot of ways. And that's why so many of them defected. Yeah, I think they'll try to get him again, but I don't think they're going to succeed. I really don't in any way. Somebody told me today, well, they'll try to impeach him again. If we have control of the Senate and the House, they can't impeach him again. They have no power to do it. The Democrats can squawk and flap their gums all they want, but they have no power at this point to do it. So as you guys can tell, I'm happy with the results. I can be honest with you that we had myself, my wife, we're the owners of Knox Horizon Complete Auto Care, and we had gotten with our management team, and we had discussed what we were going to really do if Harris had been elected president, because with the taxes she was going to impose, raising the corporate tax, raising personal tax, raising the death tax, and all the taxes she was going to put on us, we were really having to make a tough decision whether we were staying in business or not, because it would have crippled us as a small business. And now that Trump's in there, and with a lot of the things that he wants to do, no taxes on tips and a whole lot of other things. And there's the talk, which is what I wish we would go to, is get rid of the income tax and go to a consumption tax, or basically a national sales tax, where nobody pays taxes unless you spend your money and buy something. And people talk about the rich paying their fair share. Okay, it's the ultra wealthy that are going to buy the multi-million-dollar mansions, the yachts, the helicopters, the airplanes, and everything else. So if we have a 15% tax on it, guess what? They're paying their fair share. But so does everybody else, because I don't know if everybody realizes this. There's only half the country right at it even pays income tax. There's about 50% of the people that pay no income tax whatsoever. None. So there's half of us taking care of the other half of the country. And I still don't get that, because I know that I didn't take these people to raise. They're not my children. I have one child, and I love her dearly, but she's the only one. Her and my family is what I need to be taken care of. And if you cut out the freaking income tax, how much more can I pay my employees? How much more can I invest into our business and our infrastructure to make things better? It's ridiculous, because I can tell you now that me and my wife, we get taxed at the highest tax rate there is, and we're not making millions of dollars a year. It's not happening. We're not even, we don't even get to claim that $400,000 a year, which they say is that's where the real taxes start, and we're still in the highest tax level. Even with everything we can take, we're limited on some things. Thank you, IRS. Thank you, Democrats, for that. And that's why when our employees go, well, why can't we get a raise? Well, here's how much we spend out, and I'm not afraid to tell anybody that almost 40 cents of every dollar that we make goes right back into the federal government. And I think that's the absolute biggest BS there is. It's time for change. It's time for reform. And I think that Trump and the people he's putting around him this time are going to be the ones to do it. And I couldn't be any happier. I hope that President Trump does put Robert Kennedy over the FDA, so we can stop some of the BS that's going on, so that we can get some of the alternative treatments to people that need them. There's a lot of great things out there. Like I said, I've had, and some of you that's watching tonight, Michelle probably knows and can remember that I've had some anger issues in my life. And they had gotten really bad. I've talked about it on here before, to where people were telling me that I had to do something. And if I hadn't found ketamine infusion therapy, I don't know where I would be, because I don't have the anger issues now. I have control. My brain now has that pause that I can think before I react. And as a matter of fact, it was really interesting. There was a bunch of us. I took a bunch of people to lunch here from work last Friday, and something happened where the waiter was trying to carry too many plates, and he ended up dumping the whole thing down my back. And this made me feel good, but it also made me feel sad because of where I've been in the past. Because just a few short months ago, I would have blown my stack. I would have said things and acted like such a fool over that was unreal. And one of the employees said that he was so proud of me because I didn't do anything. I just sat there and told the guy, I said, accidents happen. It is what it is. No big deal. And whereas he's probably right, just a few months ago, before ketamine and before therapy, I would have probably used a lot of language that I shouldn't have used, and done some things I shouldn't have done, and it just would not have been good. I would have looked like a fool, and would have embarrassed everybody that was with me, but that didn't happen. And not only that, Robert Kennedy talking about peptides. That's something that, I did a whole show on that, and peptides is something that I believe in big time, and a whole lot of alternative therapies, because I'm finding that they're making me healthier. As a matter of fact, I can tell you now, that through a lot of alternative therapies that I've talked about on my show, I feel more like I did in my 20s than the fact of that, by the way, now I'm 58, for anybody that wants to know, and I feel better now than I have since my 20s. So a lot of these alternative therapies have made a difference in my life. So I was really happy to see what RFK said when he said that we were going to take the restrictions away and make a lot of these things available. And a lot of people start talking about with some of these things, well, people hurt themselves, people do that. If people are going to hurt themselves or OD or whatever, they're going to do it regardless. It doesn't matter what it is. And there's always people that don't follow instructions. They don't do what their doctors tell them. They'll either take too much medicine or not enough, and it happens every day. Does that mean that these medications and stuff are bad? Absolutely not. It means that we have a lot of low IQ people out there. I call them Democrat voters. Sorry. Had to throw that in. But they can't follow instructions. They don't do what they're told, and then they wonder why they have bad outcomes. But anyway, thank you guys for being on here tonight. I have just, I'm so excited. I think this was a good show. I hope you guys enjoyed the clips, a little something new. I've not done that before. I'm always looking for ways to improve the show. If you have any thoughts on that, please feel free to leave that in the comments. And anyway, man, I hope everybody has a fantastic week. For those of you that got on the other day when I was testing out the new Starlink system for live streaming for my vehicle, we had some hiccups. I think I've got that solved. So I'm going to do another test in the next few days. I now have 3 different ways to broadcast from my vehicle. I not only have the Starlink system, but I also have a Verizon Wi-Fi and AT&T. So I should be able to be covered and not lose the signal wherever I'm at. But anyway, man, I just want to say thank you guys for joining me tonight. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful, fantastic week. We'll be back here next Thursday. If there's any topics anybody would really like me to cover and stuff, please feel free to leave in the comment section, and we'll see if we can't put something together. Anyway, guys, have a fantastic week, and I'll see you all next Thursday at 6.